Hi, my name is Cash and you're watching Cashed Out Cars. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to remove the belt that drives your power steering and your AC. This will allow you to test out the car without those systems and see if you want to delete them from your car. This will also basically be a guide on how to remove and replace that belt, even though I'm not going to replace it in this video. The first thing that you'll need to do is clear some space so you could get to the belt tensioner. To do this, remove your intake tube. I loosened up the hose clamp in the middle, as well as the one that connects to the airflow meter. These are quite simple to remove and only require a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen them up. You don't need to take them all the way off, just to loosen them a little bit. Once they are loose, you could go ahead and take the intake tube out of place. This might take a bit of pulling and wiggling it around. If it's very stuck, you could heat it up to make the plastic a little bit more pliable, and then it should be easier to remove. Now we could start on the tensioner. I started with the uppermost bolt, which is a 12mm that needs to be held on the backside so it doesn't spin. Just loosen up the nut, and you don't need to remove it all the way if you don't want to. Once that's loose, you could go ahead and loosen the nut that's farther down the bracket. This one is a 14mm, and this one does not need to be held on the back. Now for the trickiest part of this whole thing, and it's really not that tricky. The last bolt is hidden behind the power steering pump pulley. You might realize that your pulley is blocking the bolt and you need to turn it to get it out of the way. To do this, you could turn over the engine from the crank pulley using a socket on it and carefully turning it until you could access the bolt behind the power steering pulley. It's at about 9 o'clock if the pulley were a clock. Once you could access it, loosen it up. This is a 14mm as well, and you'll have to hold it on the back to prevent it from spinning. Now everything is loose that needs to be, and you could go ahead and take tension off of the belt using the bolt on the bracket that you loosened. This is a 12mm. Once it's loose, you can pivot the assembly, taking more tension off of the belt, and remove it. And that's it. That is going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Please like this video if you liked it and subscribe for more. And of course, if you plan on removing those systems from your car, check out the channel because I'm going to have complete guides on how to remove your power steering and your AC coming up shortly. Take care.